console final, and now he is in a cross-console final for what you'd say the first time in his career. TEKKZ has been here before. He beat Nicholas in Barcelona. He's had the experience of playing on the opposite console, but Joksan, the #1 form player, in my opinion, right now on the game. On FIFA 19, he is the #1 in-form player.
And as you said, Richard, about how these guys got it was Swiss-style format happening on Friday. So what was that, about 2 days ago now from where we are right now. They played the Swiss-style games there. They played 5 rounds. 3 wins was to get you through to the knockouts. Joksan went 3 wins to 2 losses. TEKKZ went 4-1. They had knockout games, round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, console finals, and now we're here in the cross-console final here in Bucharest. And it's going to be Joksan from Epsilon up against F2TEKKZ. And it's safe to say we are going to be in for a thriller. Probably F2TEKKZ's second match he's played. Obviously played Nicholas on the cross-console final in Barcelona. Didn't really phase him at all there. And to be honest, now that the icons are on both consoles, the only major difference is that controller. And that's the first chance of the game, and it fell to Joksan.
So I went out on a limb earlier and said that Joksan has probably got enough points, definitely for the playoffs, etc. But I've got a feeling, if my stats are correct, that Joksan has never actually lost a bracket play game, especially in FIFA 18 and in FIFA 19. In FIFA 18, he won the North American G-Finity Championships to get him into the playoffs. He got knocked out in the playoffs. Yep. He didn't go through to the bracket. In this year, he's won the Continental Cup, and right now he's been unbeaten in that bracket play format up to this point.
Yeah, you're completely right there as well. And if you don't know the story of Joksan and how he got to the tournament, as you mentioned, that G-Finity tournament that happened in America last year, an amazing event, an opportunity for him. Then next thing you know, he signs for Epsilon. That comes out of nowhere. Plays in the playoffs. Unfortunately, didn't get himself a final spot in London for the FIFA E-World Cup finals. On the other side of that, though, F2TEKKZ started the year really well. Basically got himself a spot in those playoffs by Barcelona. It was all done there. It was job done for him. Played in Manchester. Here's a chance now for F2TEKKZ back to goal. Cristiano Ronaldo gets a shot away on the header. Just chips the keeper. No, he doesn't. It's the post. Falls back to Courtois. And take a breath, Joksan. But Cristiano Ronaldo, we know he's got a leap on him. And that was it there.
Yeah, something that's been highly noted throughout the tournament. Joksan, arguably the best defender / manual goalkeeper user in the game. He manages to pair the manual goalkeeper movement and his defending, how he defends in the game with that quick press in the defensive third so well. And that's why he's conceded so little goals throughout this tournament.
Completely agree with you there, Richard. You heard AGGE, you know, not just
it's anyone. Big praise from AGGE.
You don't just get praise off, you know, a former world champion from 2014 in August Rosmeister. That finesse from distance, easy. Collected there by Thibaut Courtois, obviously the keeper for Joksan, and he's been with him throughout this tournament. You know, the keepers we always talk about being very, you know, controversial, and it's a case of, you know, Mike said about it as well.
Preference.
It's a preference. That's what Ultimate Team's always been about at the end of the day, building that dream team as such, building a team as you know. And for you, keeper-wise, who's it? For me, you have to say Neuer's been the #1 throughout this tournament, you know, regarding impressing us. You know, we've seen him in TEKKZ's team. Would you say that? Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, I think Neuer or De Gea, maybe Courtois as well, have been very, very good throughout this tournament. We've seen Neuer used in this game and Courtois, both goalkeepers, in use for both of the players. TEKKZ was supposed to use, I think it was De Gea in this tournament. He accidentally put Neuer in, and it's just been the superstition throughout. He's used Neuer throughout this competition from now on.
For sure thing, and if you don't know what these guys are playing for, whoever wins this two-legged game, of course, will pick up that trophy that TEKKZ knows ever so well from Barcelona. Obviously, it'll be another trophy lifted for Joksan in the space of what, two events this year, in the space
about
of a few
7
months.
weeks.
Yeah, from the end of October to the beginning of December / kind of the end of November as we head into that Christmas period in the FIFA scene when we've actually got competitive tournaments for the first time in such a long time as well. And I think it was you, Richard, that said the last time a PlayStation winner came out of a cross-console final was Principe.
Principe in Madrid, I believe, in FIFA 17. That was the last time I think we saw a cross-console winner from the PlayStation 4 side of things. And not only that as well, a little bit of trivia for you. I think with this win, Joksan could really cement himself as the best player to come out of that North American region, potentially ever. I think the mantle at the minute goes to 2010 FIWC champion, Nenad Stankovic. I think Joksan could take that thrown off him.
Is that finesse from Ronaldo, who's just matched easily. You've got to say as well, though, I know he didn't have a great competition here. Alexander from, obviously, AS Rome. He obviously got himself through to that tournament there. Not too sure what's just happened there with the game, whether it's just slowed down there for both players. Obviously, we're just seeing exactly what you guys are seeing at home as well. Game is okay. We are all good to continue. Panic over. Thought a minute there. Oh, God. Both players could be.
We're getting a disconnection potentially coming up.
There's that finesse, the deflection. Courtois, get on it. No, he can't. And it's cleared away. Quite
fortunate that it happened with the goalkeeper, the ball in his hands. It wasn't in a attacking third, so it didn't really affect the game that much.
But as I was saying, you know, it's so early to you could kind of say whether he's doing one of the best for America. I know that Alexander, as we said, made that FIFA World Cup Grand Final. You know, you look at obviously a man. He used to play for Roma at the time. Yeah, Joey. Like, these are all good players, but obviously we yet to see someone go and win a world championship again, or obviously be a runner-up, as we know that has happened in the past for that Americas region. Here we go then.
Look for the back post potentially.
F2TEKKZ on the attack, play short to R9, just couldn't get his foot on the ball. We are playing on PlayStation. Remember, this is how you find the best of the best, a cross-console final. And this is the first major event of the year as well. The first time that both console players have been tested and have been given the opportunity to compete against each other. And you have to say as well, Richard, the biggest prize pot to date regarding a FUT Champions Cup.
Yeah, good prize money on the line. Someone's walking away with 50,000. Both these players already have 30,000, and that's going to add to Joksan's 20,000 euros that he won at the Continental Cup in Paris. Nothing to separate the two sides at half-time. Possession going towards Joksan, chances going towards TEKKZ. Look at that pass accuracy. That shows that level over this game right now. 91% and 89% respectively. This is a battle of nations. We've got the United States against the United Kingdom. I imagine a lot of support for both of these players from that region.
Yeah, for sure as well. And again, it just puts to bed this whole argument about who is better, what region is better, rest of the world, Americas, Europe. You've got to say, everyone, as every event goes past, Richard, as every qualifier goes past, as every tournament, LAN event, it just becomes this playing field now, where it's anyone's. Whoever fancies themselves for this 3-day event, wherever it is in the world, that it doesn't matter what region you're from, what team you're from, what salary you're on. It's all about just playing your FIFA, getting to this event.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real argument anymore. I know in the past there has been arguments that EU has been dominating. However, right now, I don't think there is that argument still valid. I feel as though each region, with the qualifying, how it happens, you're getting the very best players from each region competing at these tournaments. That's why you're only seeing a handful, several recurring names qualifying for every single tournament. Each tournament, there's about 20 different players qualifying and getting to these majors, getting to these licensed qualifier events, because the competition is so tough in that process over the Swiss-style weekends.
Eusebio now. Lovely ball through there. I was going to say Cristiano Ronaldo's in that box. R9's on the ball. See Ronaldo to Ronaldo, as I'm used to saying. And we have to have a word on Eusebio, Richard, after this attack, of how good and how influential he's been out of all the new icons in FIFA 19. Obviously, Kroos been good as well, but it's good to see, as we say, a new face come into play. And Eusebio, he's been amongst a number of goals and assists as well.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, Eusebio. 94 pace, 94 shooting. He's got a 5-star weak foot as well, so he can go either side with that finesse shot from the edge of the box. 88 jumping as well, 93 composure. He does possess.
That was going to be a mistake at the back there. F2TEKKZ nearly capitalised on it, but it's one of these things, it's really hard to pinpoint what Joksan does so well. Like,
it's his defensive work.
It's the defensive side of it, but in that defensive side as such, it's just so easy to watch. It's a finesse from him from distance, a deflection from Alexandro, and a point that you picked up on the custom tactics. After this corner comes in, we'll talk about it. The way that Joksan sets up defensively. He's got a corner first though, Richard, and it comes front post look, and if it's there, no, it's not. But you know, the custom tactics of Joksan is so different as such, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very balanced among everything. It's almost not messing with the formula.
Oh no, outside the boot.
Just got complete, I think Mike said earlier, complete mastery of that formation, the 4-2-3-1. He knows exactly what player's going to be in what position at the right time, in the right spots to finesse, to back post, cross, etc. Love the lack of
He's done so well off the post. No hand on it from the keeper. We don't really see corners played short just like that. It's normally just like a metre away from you. The man came short, played it in. I think Cruyff, it was fed to there. Cruyff just kind of dropped the shoulder, found a little bit of space, played it into R9 and just smashed against the post there and straight down the other end for F2TEKKZ now with Eusebio, the man that we've been talking about for so long.
Struggling though. He's struggling to create anything real clear-cut, his TEKKZ at the minute. I think this is probably the first time he's ever matched up against Joksan. You've got that data process, almost collection, in the first leg when you're playing against a new player. You might take it off a little bit and just analyse all the data that they do, analyse how they move the goalkeeper, analyse how they defend. Are they more manual defending? Are they more AI defending?
Oh, back to goal. Oh, went for a scoop turn.
And then in that second leg, you start to see the tendencies from your opponent, their preferences. Then you can really start to apply your game style on your opponent.
And the worst thing is, you know, with the Swiss style or with the knockouts, you know, going into day 2, going into day 3, you had that time to revise. You had that time to look at your opponent. Here, you can't call the final. All you know is that there's going to be potentially 8 players with 2 remaining. You couldn't, you know, revise on the rest of them or to guess who it's going to be. It's a case of just see how the tournament goes, and what, if there may be 10 minutes to spare, they can maybe speak to an old opponent. You never know if Joksan went and spoke to Danny and said, right, Danny, what's TEKKZ so good at? Speaking to Marcus Gomes, what is TEKKZ so good at that I can maybe try and look towards?
Yeah, so smart from TEKKZ right there.
Off the post again.
Literally just stood with the ball and waited for Joksan to move around him. Cut it back on the edge of the box and just crashed against the post. Do you feel as though Joksan needs to take a lead into that second leg on his away console? I
was literally just thinking that, Rich. I'm thinking, for TEKKZ, we'll take a 0-0 all day. But then it's how people can play on the other console. For a lot of people, it's light work. Look at MS Desari in FIFA 18. I know it's a different game. How easy he found it. You talk about Principe in FIFA 17. It seems to be so easy for players to go across and play on the away console normally. And to be honest, there's nothing really I can fault F2TEKKZ at this moment in time. And Joksan, they both had their chances. They both hit the woodwork once or twice. I don't think we're going to see many goals in this. Maybe we'll see one. There's the time finesse! And the player on his away console will break the deadlock in this cross-console final. Pele with the finesse. And the finesse of dreams.
Really good finish from Pele there. Fed it into his feet. That perfect timed finesse across the goalkeeper very, very quickly. No time to react from Joksan. But what does the philosophy say? It says that if you score first, you lose the game.
If you win the first game.
Jimmy Conrad's philosophy says if you concede first, you win the game. Well, if you score first, you lose.
Maybe the philosophy could change. We never know. Today, don't get me wrong, it's been on point. This theory that we've all been looking at. And of course, with the guys at the couch. You never know, Rich. You never know. Maybe we might have to stick to it to see what happens. We've still got just over 10 in-game minutes in this one to see where this game will go. But at the moment, it's 1-0 to TEKKZ.
New series. Jimmy Conrad's Conspiracies.
You said it. We'll have to wait and see now. Here we go then. Just over 10 in-game minutes left. The change has been made, I believe, as well. Joksan currently 1-0 down on his home console. We have to say that again. TEKKZ play on the PlayStation. And whoever wins this 2-legged game will earn themselves $50,000 as well. Will pick up that trophy.
And more importantly, get the reputation.
Exactly.
For being the best FIFA player in the world. Not just in your country. Not just in your town, across the planet.
And, you know, looking on social media coming into this game, you have to say TEKKZ has got a lot of support. And all the polls I've seen, it seems to be a lot of support behind TEKKZ. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure, you know, the guys that have competed in this tournament as well, that are actually here at the event, will be supporting him and all his family and friends at home as well. And I heard that it was Joksan's family that was staying up late to watch him in his semi-final game on his console. If they're still awake now, credit to Joksan's family. If you're watching at home, supporting your man all the way through to the end. He's just nearly. I was even thinking. You know what? I was even thinking heavy touch around the keeper. Noy brings him down.
Contact.
You never know. Could have maybe seen a penalty there, but on this occasion we won't see it, and TEKKZ will just be happy just to see this one out at 1-0.
Yeah, it's not the safest of scorelines, but going on to TEKKZ's favourite console of the Xbox, you've got to think he's very much so in the driver's seat.
To the edge of the box, there's the finesse again. If he wants it, goes for the other corner, but Courtois was already there.
Yeah, good bit of keeper movement. Didn't really touch him that much. He just let Courtois do it himself. As TEKKZ did mix it up and go for that opposite corner. Last few knock-ins in this game.
Oh, lovely. Pele through to Ronaldo. Play it back inside if you can. CR7 heel to heel to the back post. Who's there for it? Pele is there, I believe. Or it might be Eusebio. Oh, it's Eusebio.
Big goal for TEKKZ. Doubles his lead on the stroke of the 90th minute in injury time. Eusebio getting up at the back post. And a great little nodded finish past the goalkeeper. 2-0. That is huge on his away console.
Huge for the UK FIFA player. I thought it was Pele because he's done it once or twice throughout the competition at that back post for him. Of course, not on this occasion. You save on that right-hand side. Oh, my days.
Cristiano Ronaldo, calm down, please. What a header from Ronaldo.
And more importantly, what an ending to this away leg from F2TEKKZ. The ball came in, whipped across, and as he stood up with a big let's go.
First time cross as well. No time for Joksan to react in the middle. And Ronaldo from the penalty spot.
The stuff of dreams. Eusebio, after scoring, to assist in it into Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to jump up and more importantly give Courtois, 6'6", Thibaut Courtois, no chance of even tipping that round his post. 3-0 F2TEKKZ.
He's got 95 finishing or around that stat, 96 jumping, 92 heading accuracy. Cristiano Ronaldo is the man you want in the box.
And you can see exactly what it means to him. Job done, 90 minutes played, phone in the pocket, straight back outside. Let's have a word to my friends and family that are here with me. Joksan, back to the game plan now.
And this is where Sir Alex steps in. He's the coach, he's the mastermind behind Joksan's formation, behind his custom tactics. If he's designed a game plan for this second leg after seeing how he plays,
or something,
I think
attacking formation at least.
The first 15-20 minutes of the game will really dictate how this game is going to go. Because if Joksan comes out and looks very confident, looks almost as though he feels that he can get back into this game, that it's not actually over yet, maybe we could see something. If TEKKZ comes out, asserts his dominance early, gets a goal, gets a flashy goal as well, we're talking like an El Tornado, a couple of McGeady spins, PROOWNEZ, etc. When you concede a goal like that, it makes you feel so much worse. You've not just conceded, but you've conceded to a skill goal. It's your fault that you've let that goal in. He's not scored a 35-yard finesse shot. He's done every single thing to embarrass you.
Let's just remember some of the big names that Joksan has taken out in this competition after going 3-2 in Swiss-style format. He's knocked out 2 FEWC 18 finalists. He's knocked out a world champion as well. He beat Andoni, who also was in that funnel last year, AGGE, who was in the funnel last year, and a former world champion. Beat, you could say, the newbie around the scene, the Brazilian in Tour, and now he's found himself in this final. Yes, he's 3-0 down after this first leg. Spencer said it as well. If this is a comeback and somehow, you know, can go back from 3-0 down to going 3-3, taking it to extra time or even turning it around, this would certainly be one hell of a comeback, and you have to say, could be history in competitive FIFA.
Yeah, it'd be an absolute miracle if Joksan does turn this around. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but the crowd are singing "We're Forever Blowing Bubbles."
I don't know wherever they're playing.
Is something in the air. Not just bubbles, is the magic in the air, in Joksan's fingertips.
Here we go. F2TEKKZ from left to right on this occasion. I don't know why they'd be saying that. I'm pretty sure they're playing at Liverpool.
No, I think they're playing at the FEWC Stadium.
Oh, sorry, yes, they would be. Here we go, early on. This is TEKKZ now, heel to heel. Ronaldo inside. Is he onside? R9.
No.
Yes, he is, Richard.
He is. Wow.
2 minutes on the clock. And if there was ever going to be a comeback, I'm sorry to say, but 4-0 down. Maybe not how you want to see a final go when you're involved in it and you're on the losing end. Look at this again, Richard. Heel to heel. Was that a shot? Was that a pass? I don't really know, but it fell straight to R9 and it was a great finish.
I think that's 100% a shot from TEKKZ. He got very, very fortunate with R9 there to slow it in. And Joksan now, the worst possible start for him.
And that is exactly what F2TEKKZ would have wanted. The first 10 minutes, find myself a goal. Get myself a chance to get myself 4-0 up on AGGE. Joksan straight back down the other end. Ronaldo back to Hullet. R9 again from distance, went for a finesse off the post. Another day that one could go in.
Just doesn't seem to be having the rub of the green at the minute, does Joksan. Seems as though all the chances seem to be going not his way.
Here we go, he's coming forward again. Ronaldo just pushed off the ball completely there. Ferdinand wins it for TEKKZ, and you come into TEKKZ's home ground, or home console, you have to say as well.
Coming onto his turf, definitely.
After beating some huge names as well, going 4-1 in Swiss-style format. And it seems to be a familiar occurrence for TEKKZ. Here he comes again, goes for a finesse. That one is just about matched by Courtois. But what is it with first majors and TEKKZ? Barcelona, he won it. And at this moment in time, he could be on to win the first EA major in FIFA 19.
Yeah, if you look at how he came into the tournaments as well. In Barcelona, came in as a relative unknown. Not many even pros knew about him, let alone the public. He wins that tournament. He skyrockets in popularity. He signs for F2 United, F2FC. His streams are getting thousands of views. He's getting 30-0. He comes on to FIFA 19. Qualifies for every single event he can do. He comes into his tournament as favourite. The complete opposite of what he did in the first major in FIFA 18. Could it be the exact same result?
What a huge achievement
it would be. Looking like it is at the minute.
It would be a huge achievement for him as well, Richard. $50,000. One of these guys will win at the moment. F2TEKKZ will win 1,500 Global Series ranking points as well. And we said it already, surely that is enough for a top 60 finish for the FIFA E-World Cup playoffs. Of course, later on in 2019, enter the box. This is a chance again. He's still in possession. Joksan, you need to get yourself a goal. Soonish, pull it there for the shot. Saved by Neuer.
Yeah, what TEKKZ does with the goalkeeper, he doesn't really commit that hard to one side. He sort of stays central and then reacts. With the quick reactions that he does have, pretty much last minute.
Probably the best way to do it as well, Richard. You've seen a lot of people committing one way or another.
And get caught out.
And yeah, they have been caught out, you know, so much so, Richard. Pull it now. Here we go. Joksan, that's like 2 attacks in the space of about 5 minutes is better for him, but I think the difference is when F2TEKKZ goes forward, 9 times out of 10, that chance will be a goal. How clinical we talk about someone can be when they go forward. Yeah,
100%. It seems as though every time he's got into that final third, Joksan's worried. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know whether to commit with a bit of manual defending, whether to sit off with the AI. He just doesn't know how to play against him. It's an unknown, almost threat coming at his goal every single time. He doesn't know if he's going to scale. He doesn't know if he's going to play him behind.
I think loads of people have been saying about that online as well, about how unpredictable, you know, his attacks can be, Richard, and you just can't defend. You can't predict what someone's doing. We talk about being unpredictable is like the key thing in, I'm sure, in a lot of esports, but in competitive FIFA.
Yeah, I saw a quote from one of the greats of the FIFA esports scene, 2014.
Back inside.
FIWC Grand Finalist.
Wow. And make that 5.
That goal sums up exactly what this quote is saying from Dave, by the way. He says he doesn't think he's seen a more unpredictable attacker on FIFA 19 than TEKKZ. Who shoots there? Who shoots in that sort of area?
It's just different. Every single attack is different, Richard. One time it's a finesse, one time it's a bit scrappy like that, but as long as it's in the back of the net, that's all that matters. Over the head of Courtois. 6'6" Courtois there. How are you not getting across or doing something there?
Yeah, and that does make it rough viewing.
5-0 on aggregate. Unfortunately, not even a goal to show for Joksan's efforts in this final. Got to remember though, whatever happens in this final, these two are ranked 1 on both of their consoles at this moment in time in FIFA 19, and they're guaranteed 1,500 Global Series ranking points as well, which is huge.
Joksan will be ranked 1 for a little while as well.
Could it be another one? Yes, it is. TEKKZ is turning on the style, and I want to see on the history books as well the biggest scoring final in the cross console at the moment. That will be 6-0 on aggregate.
Yeah, Joksan will be number 1 on that leaderboard for quite a while. I imagine he's probably sat at around 2,350 points right now. He won the Continental Cup, clinched up 850 points. So I think the big thing for him coming into this tournament was getting those Global Series ranking points, proving to his console that it wasn't a fluke, that he did do it again. He's coming to the grand final here against TEKKZ. Look, he's been blown away 6-0 down, but I don't think he's going to go away too dejected from this. He's come in, got the points.
He is the best player on PlayStation, you have to say, with Joksan. The best, and he's come into this tournament with a lot of people looking at Joksan saying, was that fluke, as you mentioned, Richard? There we go, there's a goal for Joksan. 6-1. Johan Cruyff.
Lovely finish.
Out of nowhere. Into the top hand corner. Just see again that on the replay there. Arno Ronaldo into Cruyff. First time finish on that right foot. Into the top corner. 6-1 the score.
Yeah, high into that top corner as well. No doubt for TEKKZ to save it.
But the point I was saying was the case of he came into this tournament, Joksan, with a lot of people saying, as you said, Richard, was it a fluke, Paris? Was it a bit of luck? He's proved that exactly. It wasn't fluke. I'm adapted to this game. I've had to adapt to different patches, different updates. And look at me now. I'm #1 in the world on PlayStation.
Yeah, 100%. He's done everything that was set out to do for all his tournament. He's represented North America very well. He's represented Epsilon very well as well. And he's rightfully so at the top of that leaderboard for Global Series ranking points overall and also on the PlayStation 4, which is more important.
You're currently looking at your 2 best players in the world at the moment for FIFA 19 competitive FIFA-wise as well, because looking at F2TEKKZ, he's going to be top of the Xbox side. And more importantly, Joksan, as you mentioned, will be on over 2,000 Global Series points on the PlayStation. Don't know what the points are all about. There's a finesse and there's another goal. Time to perfection. Start writing this man's name on the trophy now.
Yeah, get the engravement written into it because he's going to be taking it home, that trophy. Lovely finish into that top left corner. Just didn't use the goalkeeper movement enough. And that's the unpredictability. You didn't know if we were going to go across him with the finesse. Didn't know if we were going to go near post. That does make it 7-1 on aggregate.
I think the key thing in this game, Richard, is like, although this is a final for TEKKZ, I feel like his final, like his big test was that Marcus Gomes game earlier today. That was like his big test. And after that, it's just been normal FIFA form. He's played these ties, the European ones, like for example against Alex Stanley. He's played these games at home. He's played the online qualifiers. He's done the tournaments. He said, I'm not scared of anyone now. Competitive FIFA-wise, take me back a month or 2 ago, I was worried of a few people. Now, I've played everyone at home. You know, the way that people qualify for these tournaments now, you're literally playing a LAN event at home.
Yeah, 100%, and he's coming to this tournament with no fear.
And now he's only a half away, Richard, from getting that trophy, lifting it for the 2nd time.
6 shots on target, 4 goals. Clinical from TEKKZ. And Joksan just being blown away. The whirlwind that is F2TEKKZ. He's flowing through Bucharest right now with no stoppage in sight.
And every single goal he scores as well, you can see how passionate he is, F2TEKKZ. I think he's more happy that the way he's playing it is just working out well. And I think the biggest factor you have to take away, Joksan, don't get me wrong, we have to say it again, #1 on the PlayStation at the moment. When you're up against class sometimes, you know, sometimes you have to go, right, I can't do anything about that. Like, he is just at a different level. Joksan, on the PlayStation side, he's proved himself on 2 occasions now that he is the best PlayStation player there is in the world at the moment. He's going to be top of the rankings, as we said. He's going to be top of the Global Series leaderboards on PlayStation. He won the Continental Cup. He's earned himself, you know, a lot of money. 20,000 euros in Paris, $30,000 here.
Yeah, it's been a good couple of months
for
Joksan.
He's got himself Champions League final tickets, you know, but that's even before we even touched the E-Champions League event as well. Like, there's so many more tournaments this year as well, and I'm sure, you know, all the pros that are watching this now that have competed this weekend are thinking, right, on to the next one for me now. The people that have been grinding Weekend League as well, I think I saw AGGE, I think George Hughes, obviously the manager at North, tweeted out saying he's playing Weekend League already. He's just put out the competition. You know, in the last 8 of his console, he's straight on Weekend League now because every single point matters now.
Yeah, AGGE had a great tournament in this, had a great run in this tournament, I should say. Did go out to the man on your screen, Joksan, but I think it was just one hurdle too far for Joksan in this cross-console final. And TEKKZ will be lifting it in probably around 4.5 minutes time.
For the 2nd time in his career as well, obviously.
First ever man to lift that trophy twice.
Yeah, that's history being made right there, Richard. As you said, obviously, some of the names that have lifted that trophy, of course, include PSG Rocky, DHTEKKZ, or F2TEKKZ now, as it was DHTEKKZ at the time. Of course, as well, MS Dasari lifted it as well. Here we go, Ronaldo back across. And unfortunately, has to be played out again there. Joksan, though, you have to give this man credit. He's paused it as well. He's clearly going to make some more changes. I love to see this as well. Even at 6 goals down, you never give up.
Yeah, constantly playing throughout the game.
TEKKZ here. Oh, this is where TEKKZ can start coming out and just showing a bit of flair to the game, because he is winning. He's deserved. You know, he kind of got the job done. He's got those goals ahead. He's got that aggregate scoreline that he's after. And I'm sure all his fans as well
will be cheering him on.
Yeah, we'll be loving exactly what he's doing right now. Pele. Back across. Pele again. and of course cleared away. But a huge shout out, of course, to our partner, or audio partner, I should say, at Turtle Beach. Of course, you can get involved and try and win yourself one of their headsets just by tweeting hashtag Hear Everything to at Turtle Beach, and you could win one of their new Elite Pro 2 headsets. And of course, both these players are wearing Turtle Beach headset right now. Clearly, it seems to be working well for both of them because they've made it this far to the final.
This game's slowly starting to fizzle out, you'd say. 7-1 the scoreline on aggregate.
A huge scoring final as well. A huge scoring final between the two.
Just waiting for the referee's whistle now.
Lovely ball down the line now. Eusebio, this is F2TEKKZ again. These are the moments you can enjoy when you're doing so well. You can see the confidence flowing through him.
Yeah, looking for that sombrero flick into a volley, I imagine.
And you have to look at the elements building up to this tournament, Richard, that has given TEKKZ this advantage. He plays at home, he streams home weekend league games in front of thousands of people that are watching. He's made 5 out of 5 events that he could have made. On the online qualifiers, you know, he'll be back in Bucharest next weekend for that LQE. He'll be at Foot Champions Cup 2, Foot Champions Cup 3, LQE January. You know, he's made all the events he could at the moment. He's grinded, he's given up that time. He's played so much FIFA, and more importantly, he's improved upon his game. The defending side, we have to say it again, has been one of those areas that he has improved. Yeah,
all that preparation, all that grinding of the game is paying off for him right now.
Card. Alexandra, I guess it's a little bit too late to worry about that now. 73 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, came across and pretty naughty tackle from TEKKZ.
Good to see he's making that change there, ensuring that he's still got 4 players at the back. Steven Gerrard,
playing left back.
The manager of his team and ultimate team as well. A little smart, I think I can see from TEKKZ there as he brings on Gerrard. But on the other side of that, Joksan, what a defender he is on the PlayStation side, and we can say it time and time again. This guy,
not only what a defender, what a player.
Yeah, overall, what a player, Richard. You know, he played against, you know, not just in this tournament. He's played against the likes of obviously AGGE here in Paris. He played against Mo Aubameyang, the Stranger. Like, he's beaten heavy hitters in Europe.
Yeah, he beat Mo Aubameyang in the semi-final. He beat the Stranger in the final of the Continental Cup. He beat AGGE in the semi-final here on his console. He's no joke, and he will come back stronger and maybe get a little bit of practice on that Xbox console, on that away console, so he knows next time out, if he feels he can get into this position again, which I'm sure he does, he'll be more prepared.
Oh, there's the goal kick. Are we back in Barcelona? It's like the same scenario, Richard, all the way across. Nearly a chance for him to score there, but you have to put it down to the first game again. A 3-0 win there, Richard. And you start the first game so well. Don't concede any goals. Score some goals yourself. And the minutes he scored those goals as well. Keeper's off his line. Just about somehow gets away with that. I thought that could have easily been a penalty. Recycled back to the edge of the box to Matthias. Well, that would have been a nice finesse on the volley from Joksan. You have to give credit to this man. Never giving up. Still pushing forward, still trying to make his organisation proud, that I'm sure will be so proud of him, the guys at Epsilon. Back-to-back finals in the first 2 events of the year.
Back-to-back finals. And
that's consistency.
Yeah, huge performance from TEKKZ in this game. You can see the game just dwindling down right now.
Maybe a little bit of frustration released for Joksan there. He had a little smile about it though, but still, $30,000 for Joksan, $50,000 for TEKKZ if he can just hold this out, which he should be able to do.
If he can hold it out.
Yeah, when he holds it out. But you have to give credit, Richard. You know, it hasn't just been a walk in the park. It hasn't just been, right, I've started this game and I've won it. You know, he's done exceptionally well to get to the situation he's in right now. Both players have done well.
Look, TEKKZ came into this tournament as the favourite. He thought he regarded himself as the favourite, and all the pundits, everyone watching, expected him to do well and to go on in this tournament and lift this trophy that he's going to do in around 5 in-game minutes time.
Straight down the other end now for Joksan. I think the key thing to take out of this event, Richard, is the fact of, well, hello, when you predict people to do well in tournaments, 9 times out of 10, some people don't actually do that well.
Yep.
The 3 players to look at were AGGE, F2TEKKZ and Joksan were the main 3 that everyone was talking about because of the consistency, the Continental Cup. And I tell you now, all of them made it through to the knockouts, and 2 out of 3 of them made it to the final.
Yeah, they all made it to the semi-finals of their respective consoles as well. And I think all the players who were projected to do well in this tournament have done well. And it's going to be TEKKZ lifting that trophy
And as you said, Richard, history being made, but this time it's not going to be in Barcelona, it's not going to be in London with MS Dasari, it's going to be in Bucharest. $50,000, 1,500 Global Series ranking points. F2TEKKZ, you've just made some history, lifting the cup for the second time. Another winner, another huge win at the first EA Major. F2TEKKZ, maybe just let that sink in that you're one of the best FIFA players in the world at the moment.
Yeah, coming into the tournament, everyone was expecting him. He had the expectation on his shoulders. He had the pressure on his shoulders. And I tell you what, he has delivered 110%. What a tournament he's had. Looking through the bracket that he went on,